here from BVRSR classroom. Today is a very interesting topic, a named reaction, Raymer-Tiemann reaction. We'll complete this reaction with mechanism. I hope you will enjoy. This is my details. Raymer-Tiemann reaction. What is this reaction and what is the significance of studying this reaction? Here, you observe this one, phenols, that is hydroxy compounds or hydroxy group attached to benzene ring. So phenol. So phenols undergo Raymer-Tiemann reaction. One of the characteristic reaction of this phenols. In this, an alkaline solution of phenol is heated with trichloromethane. Trichloromethane is nothing but chloroform, and the product is acidified to give a very important organic molecule 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde or orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, commonly called as salicylaldehyde. So that is the reaction. So by making use of this Raymer-Tiemann reaction, we can very comfortably prepare salicylaldehyde, which is a very important organic compound having synthetic applications. You observe this reaction, phenol C6H5OH. Now this phenol is first of all treated with chloroform CHCl3 in a basic medium, say NaOH, at a temperature of about 343 K. Now an intermediate product will be formed that will be subjected to reaction in this particular medium, resulting in the formation of finally 2-hydroxybenzaldehyde, also called as orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, with common name salicylaldehyde. So this is the complete set of reaction, and this molecule is salicylaldehyde, C6H4OHCHO. So this is the basic reaction of Raymer-Tiemann. Now we have to look into the different steps that are involved in mechanism. Let us see one by one. The mechanism of Raymer-Tiemann reaction, it will be very interesting. First step is formation of electrophile. Here in this particular reaction, the electrophile is dichlorocarbene. Okay, dichlorocarbene. Carbene is a highly reactive intermediate. It acts as electrophile in this particular reaction. How this dichlorocarbene is prepared? First of all, that is the first step. Chloroform. Formula of chloroform is CHCl3. It is treated with hydroxyl group, this one, OH group. What this OH group does is, it abstracts this proton. Okay, from CHCl3, OH minus removes this proton, resulting in the formation of water molecule. Along with water, CCl3, where carbon carries negative charge, is the species formed. So this species is obtained. Now, again, by the elimination of Cl minus, it results in the formation of CCl2. Okay, it is an electron deficient species, dichlorocarbene. This acts as electrophile for this particular reaction. So this is the method of obtaining dichlorocarbene intermediate electrophile. Okay, now we have to make use of this dichlorocarbene for going into second step. You observe this one. This is the phenoxide ion, C6H5O minus. How this phenoxide ion is obtained? From phenol, phenoxide ion is obtained by treatment with a base like sodium hydroxide. C6H5O Na will be formed, that is sodium phenoxide. In that we will have this phenoxide ion C6H5O minus. Now that C6H5O minus, observe this one. There is a negative charge on the oxygen atom. That negative charge is shared here between oxygen and carbon. Then what happens is this double bond migrates to the ortho position. I am showing with cursor. Already there is arrow mark there. Now, when there is high electron density on this ortho position, it becomes site of attack for this dichlorocarbene. Okay, you observe this one. So this is the intermediate species that is formed. Okay, now after the formation of this particular species, again the charge migrates to oxygen, therefore it attains a negative charge once again, whereas this hydrogen migrates to this group, then it becomes CHCl2 group. How it becomes CHCl2 group means this negative charge will be given back to form this double bond. Here the double bond is formed. You observe this one. Okay, this is the phenoxide ion intermediate which is in the form of a dihalide. Excluding this group, this is a phenoxide ion. Now, in addition to this phenoxide ion, at the ortho position, you have this group CHCl2. Okay, study this one. Electrophilic addition of carbene to phenoxide ion, which forms a dihalide. Okay, this is the dihalide which is obtained in this particular reaction. Okay, I hope you are step by step understanding this reaction. Now, in the next step, what we have to do is this phenoxide ion intermediate, which is a dihalide, should be subjected to hydrolysis reaction. When it is subjected to hydrolysis reaction, what happens is both the Cls will be replaced by OH groups that you will see in this particular case. The dihalide formed in step 2 is subjected to hydrolysis, which gives a dihydroxy intermediate. In the next step, dihydroxy intermediate is formed, which is unstable, undergoes dehydration, which is an unstable species. I'll explain everything about that. Therefore, since it is unstable, it undergoes dehydration. Dehydration means removal of water. Next step, this upon protonation gives orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, which is commonly called as salicylaldehyde. Observe this one. In the previous case, we have a dihalide. Now the dihalide is subjected to hydrolysis reaction. Hydrolysis reaction means reaction with water. When it is reacted with water in suitable medium, then what happens is both the Cls get replaced by OH groups. This is one OH group, whereas this one is the second OH group. Please try to follow this carefully. Okay, so originally here there was one Cl and here another Cl. Those two Cls were replaced by OH groups due to hydrolysis, that is reaction with water under appropriate conditions. Okay, now I am saying that this group is unstable. Why this group is unstable? Students, always please remember, whenever there is more than one OH group attached to the same carbon, then that is an unstable group. So one carbon should be attached to only one OH group, or sorry, one OH group should be attached to one carbon. If there are two or more OH groups, then it becomes unstable and there will be removal of water molecule like this. So here you have one OH group, here you have another OH group. From these two OH groups, one H2O molecule will be eliminated. So that is a standard point. Wherever you observe this type of situation, you have to make use of this point. Okay, one OH group, one carbon, stable. More than one OH group attached to a single carbon, unstable. Then what happens? Water molecule will be eliminated. That is a dehydration reaction. When dehydration happens, that is removal of water has taken place like this. Now we are left with C, H and O. What are the species remaining? C, H and O. The CHO is nothing but an aldehyde group. Okay, removal of water gives rise to this aldehyde group. Now there is a negative charge carrying oxygen atom. This has to be satisfied with a positively charged species. For this purpose, we are bringing about addition of proton to this particular reaction mechanism. Observe this one. Proton gets added to this. When this proton gets added to this, what happens finally? Our required product, that is orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, is product obtained. So this is the reaction mechanism which is called as Raymer-Tiemann reaction. I hope you are very much convinced this with this mechanism. So final product is orthohydroxybenzaldehyde. Okay, so step by step we studied this preparation of orthohydroxybenzaldehyde. Now a small modification. Same reaction with carbon tetrachloride. In the previous example, we made use of chloroform. If chloroform is used under same conditions, it gives rise to orthohydroxybenzaldehyde. Instead of chloroform, if we make use of carbon tetrachloride, which is commonly called as pyrene, carbon tetrachloride, CCl4, then the product obtained will be salicylic acid. Okay, this is salicylic acid, C6H4OH, orthohydroxybenzoic acid. Orthohydroxybenzoic acid is commonly called as salicylic acid. Of course, next continuation, salicylic acid can be converted into very, very important pharmaceutical products that you will understand in the next classes, etc. Okay, so in this way, we discussed today about the Raymer-Tiemann reaction. This is very, very important. A named reaction, equally important to theory exam as well as objective type of examinations. So what is the electrophile in this reaction? The electrophile is dichlorocarbene. Okay, I discussed with you some very, very important concepts as far as organic chemistry is concerned, like OH groups. More than one OH group attached to a single carbon, dehydration takes place because it is unstable. So that type of concepts you have to keep in mind while studying organic chemistry. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. All the best.